Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we will be talking about how you can buy any sort of real estate or any sort of properties in Zimbabwe, because one thing I've realized is that not a lot of people talk about actually obtaining land or buying land back at home in Zim. So I just kind of wanted to share insight on that and get you guys kind of educated, because there's a big gap in terms of the knowledge of trying to buy any sort of real estate in Zim. So if you are from Zim, if you live in Zim and want to buy land in Zim, if you live outside of Zim, like in the UK or the States, and you want to buy land back at home, or if you're looking to buy land for retirement in Zim, then by all means this video is for you guys. Right. So yeah, let's get into the video. This is an unedited. I'm not going to try do fancy edits and spend the time on editing this video. I'm just going to try and give my input as genuinely as possible. So you want to, when you are buying, if you want to buy land, if you want to rent land, or if you want to buy a house or properties or rent them out yourself, I would highly recommend you go to a website called property.co.zw.co.zimbabwe, right? You can see it up here in the URL section. I highly recommend, because this allows you to see all the options available in your region and in the country, right? So I highly recommend coming to this website and checking it out. As you can see, I was just talking about if you want to buy it outright or if you want to rent it out. They're both here, so it's fantastic. Another disclaimer I wanted to add that I didn't add previously is that I'm not going to be talking about Sabuku deals, or those deals where you talk to the chief. This is purely off of real estate agents. As you can see here, we've got CF, we've got Plaza Properties, and so many more in Rawson and Pam Goldling and stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. So I am going to talk about how you can use this, right? Let's say I want to buy a house. Let's say I'm 40 years old or 50 years old and I live in the UK, right? Okay. And I want to buy a retirement home, or I want to start building a house on land and I want to buy land, right? The way I would do this is I'd come to this website and go, okay, I'll be on the for sale section and I'll say, okay, for sale, I want to live in a place like Harare. Why is this not typing? Okay, there we go. I want to live in a place like Harare. I don't want to live in the CBD or the avenues. Let's try somewhere, let's say I want to live in Crowhill, and you can use filters here. So as you can see, Crowhill views popped up here. Crowhill views, right? And then you can choose your location, the type. What do you want? Do you want to buy a house, land? You can see that the unavailable options are kind of dimmed out here. So you can either buy a house, land, commercial properties, or flats and apartments, right? So let's say, okay, I want to buy land. Let's say I'm 40 years old, I'm living in the UK, and I want to retire back at home in Zimbabwe, right? And I want to start building, right? I'll select land here, under type, price, and I've only got about maybe 15 or 20,000 to spend on land. So I'll come over here where it says maximum price and I'll type here 20,000. That should allow me to, that sets the maximum price for the land, or the search that it makes to 20,000, right? And then there are more filters here where you can choose the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, reference numbers, agencies, all that. That is not, maybe here, if you want a place with security or an irrigation system, dam, clubhouse, stuff like that. But that doesn't really matter for this video. So we can search it up. So it's going to search Crowhill views. It's going to search properties below the price of 20,000 US dollars. And as you can see here, it lists all the properties here. So one of 33 properties are shown here. And the reason I like this website is because you as a person are only limited to the information that people tell you, especially if you're in Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe, yes, there's social media and there's online stuff going on there, but it's not complex, you know. It's not um you can't get information as quickly, so it's better for you to go online and see your available options. Let's say someone is selling a house, let's say for 100,000 US dollars, right? And the house is okay, but then you could get a better house for the same price in the same region. You just don't know about it. That's why I would highly recommend a website like this. Sorry, I'm sick and I'm drinking Zumpani, but yeah, I would highly recommend a website like this. So as you can see here, we've got this residential stands with individual title deeds. Let's see what the pictures look like if it loads. Right, so this is a stand. This is land, right? Because we had put land in the search bar over there. So this just shows you what you can get. So let me just open one of these real quick. Let's see. Just browsing through. Let's open the first one, right? And here, this lists everything that you need to see. So whilst the picture is loading, it actually it shows you the size of the property. You know, this is 1,250 square meters. This is the size of the property. These are the pictures, right? I don't think the property includes this house. I think it starts from this gate going down. I don't know, I could be wrong. Yeah, it's like I was saying, the gate going down. So yeah, so I think if you can see here, there's kind of a fence surrounding. So I think that's the whole property, and that's 1,250 square meters. And they probably mark it out with stones or white stones, right? So yeah, it shows you gravel roads. It shows you the average price of land for sale in Crowhill Views is 160K, and yeah, it shows you the location of the land itself, right? And we can go through all of these individually, but to be honest, I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to show you guys how you can browse through land. And if you don't want to buy land in Crowhill, you can search other areas like what is it called, Mount Mount Pleasant. Shows you there, Pleasant Heights and Mount Pleasant. Let's try that one. I don't think there will be properties for under 20K in this place. So yeah, let's try 50K, because this is a really, I wouldn't say luxury, but it's one of those places where the price of land or price of properties is high. You know, unless they're not unless you can't buy land there at all. Let's try this. Okay, go as expected. Okay, as you can see here in Mount Pleasant Heights, there's one property. Like I was saying, it's more expensive in that area. 68,000 for 1,000 square meters, and the other one was, I think, 15 or 17 for 1,250. So it's all about the location of where you buy the land. But yeah, you can kind of search the whole of Zim for land. You can even go to rural areas if you're someone from a rural place, you know. Or if you want to buy land in a rural area, you can go there and you'll definitely find something that you like over there. So yeah, that's good. Just want to increase the volume of my mic. Test. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about is you need to, if you want to buy land or anything in Zim, or if you want to build and you are not in Zim, make sure that you get someone that you trust properly, because there's a lot of corruption in Zim, as we know. There's a lot of moving around of money, in unprofessional ways, So make sure that you get someone that you trust, someone that probably the best person that it could be is your family member, or someone that is not going to snake you, because Zim is one of those places where if you don't watch what is happening, if you pay builders and you don't have someone to actually see what is happening, you find yourself losing money. So make sure before you buy land or any sort of property in Zim, come to this website. Like, let me take the example of the 40-year-old I was giving. I want to buy land, right? I went to that link where the one that was selling 1,250 square meters for, I think, $17,000 or $15,000. And let's say I buy that, and now I need to build a house for my retirement. You'd have to talk to someone like a family member, right? Obviously, you can send them money to try and build the property and to support them, since they are helping you as well, right? But make sure that you have someone that is not going to snake you, and that is genuine, and that, because if I'm being honest, if you just start paying builders outright to build your property, or if you're not going through a company that builds properties, like a well-renowned, well-established company, you're going to end up paying a lot more money that you don't need to pay. So yeah, kind of sums up this video. I'm trying to think of other things to show you here. Another thing that I can show you is that, okay, let me give you guys an example. Let's say I'm someone who wants to rent. Remember, we were talking about buying before and building, because a lot of people want to do that around that age of 40 years old. Let's now say I'm someone who wants to rent a property in Zim, right? Let's say I'm a mother of 2 kids and I want to rent out a property. What I can do is I can say, okay, I want it to be in that same location in Crowhill. It will load there, right? And let's say, let's not even set a budget. Let's just leave it like this. I want it to be a house, right? And if you're thinking about saying, okay, I have my situation, I want this many rooms, I want this many bathrooms, you can come here and set it up. You can just say, I want 3 bedrooms maximum, or let's just say 4 bedrooms, or let's just say 3 for now. And then bathroom at least 1, right? Then you can set the size. I'm not going to do that here. So I'm a single mother, I want with 2 kids, and I want a budget type of property. There, it loads up quickly. You can see, and the nice thing about this website is it's legit. Whatever shows here is what is actually on the market. What's actually on the market. If you go on Facebook, and if you go on these other, these websites, I'm not saying that they are not genuine or that they are bad. I'm not saying that by any means. What I'm saying is that this website is very trusted. I'm not sponsored by them, or paid by them to say any of these things that I'm saying. I'm just saying that I've seen so many properties here that I've purchased and had projects on just off of this website. So as you can see here, let's get into this one, right? This is the house itself. The 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 450 square meters, and it's 450 square meters for the house itself, right? So this bit over here is 450 square meters, and then the property itself is 1,000 square meters for $400 per month, right? And it actually shows you the amenities. So you've got a borehole, you've got a fitted kitchen, it's tiled, there's a veranda, there's walled, and there's a water tank, and you can see the location of it, right? This is what I mean when this is what I mean when I say, like, you would not find this information anywhere else but here. You wouldn't know about this property if you didn't come to this website. Yeah, probably this person listed it on other websites, but you can see here it's not painted. Okay, let me just start from the beginning. That's the house itself. That's the backyard. You can plant stuff here if you wanted to. The bathroom is okay. The lounge is okay. Obviously, if I would actually buy a house like this. Not buy, but rent it out. and then I would talk to the landlord or try and make the house fit my type of style, because the house doesn't look finished here. Some of the things are not painted, you know, but it's good enough to stay in, if especially on this budget. You can see that outside here is not painted, you know. There's gas. Well, there's not that there's gas, but you know, just showing the kitchen tiles, and then this is the outside. You know, you can plant stuff. There's a where you can park your car. That's the kitchen, decent kitchen for the price point. Very decent kitchen for the price point, you know. This is the type of property where personally I would want to rent a property like this if I was living in Zim for this price point, you know, because why not? You know, it's this, I don't have anything bad to say about this property. You know, if you're a single mom on a budget with 2 kids, there, I can have my own room. The 2 kids can have their rooms. We can all share a bathroom, no problem. And the other the other properties, you could change location. Let's say Mount Pleasant, right? Um, I'm not gonna add these filters. Let me just remove the filters. Any, and let's search what it says. There. This is now on the more expensive side. You can see that there's a bit of luxury to this listing here. Let's go for something that's not too crazy. This one, 5 bedroom in Northwood, Mount Pleasant. It shows you here 5 bedrooms with built-in cupboards, 2 bathrooms, additional shower, 3 toilets, spacious lounge, dining room, and all these things that are here, you know. And this information, you will not find it if you did not come to this website. The way that these guys list, you know. And another thing I wanted to talk about is, if you want to go ahead and purchase a property or engage or want to get whatever is on the listing, you can click on the WhatsApp page here, on the WhatsApp button here. You can phone them. Oh, I've just realized that it's leaked my phone number. We'll have to deal with that later. You can you can WhatsApp them, you can phone them, and you know, you can contact the agency. So yeah, that's what you can do. And you can see the location of it, you know. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, and do all of that stuff, so it enables me to put more content like this towards you guys. And on my channel, I basically talk about how I can help Africans achieve financial freedom, or any sort of information that can help Africans achieve their goals or chase their dreams. This is what we talk about on this channel, so please consider subscribing. And yeah, I made this video because I've noticed that yes, there are videos on how to buy and purchase properties in Zimbabwe, but they're not in depth. You know, to be honest, you can get information, but it's not that, you know, it's not good enough. We need to see more people talking about how to actually purchase real estate from Zim or back at home. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, from Africa to the world, let's build wealth. Peace.